Thank you everyone so much. Before I get started, can we please thank Alana and Angela and Allison and Jen, all the amazing people at AAPC for organizing this tremendous conference for us. These things are no small feat, as many of us know, and they definitely merit our thanks and appreciation. So, let's get started. How many of you have worked on a campaign? Hands up. Yes, so we're all in this together. Staying in the office till midnight, freebasing caffeine, only to come home to get back on email, Facebook stalk people, get FOMO pissy, or watch mindless television, falling asleep on the couch, getting in bed if we're lucky, only to wake up feeling hungover with exhaustion and potentially dreading the day. All too often, those of us who work and live and play in politics, from campaign volunteer all the way to members of Parliament and Congress, believe that our own personal well-being is something that we have to compromise in order to help those we seek to serve. Just thinking about that woman who works 3 jobs to support her family, we tell ourselves that we have to go, go, go with a compulsive drive, even though we aren't thriving. What if, in order to improve her life for the better, we get to change ours first? I know this all too often, and it's too true. 10 years ago, I was on the outside at the top of my game. I was building and scaling political organizations that were gaining statewide recognition. I was advising winning legislative battles in 25 states. I was a county commissioner. I was even considering a run for office myself. And on the inside, I was battling and struggling, with a devastating eating disorder that ruled me and controlled me and disconnected me from being authentic and whole. So I hit a bottom, finally, hallelujah, and went on sabbatical and moved to London to earn my master's in organizational and social psychology. For the first time in a decade, without my feet actively on the ground, working on a campaign, I saw a trend from 5,000 feet away, or 5,000 feet, 5,000 miles away. That would be pretty close, right? And I saw a theme that those of us that cared the most deeply about our political space were potentially self-sabotaging. Not all of us struggles from an eating disorder, but many of us do have a hurdle or a barrier and interference that gets in our way of performing as our best self. So I had an aha moment that I wasn't meant to lobby, I was meant to listen, and became a certified executive coach, hell-bent on bringing authenticity and well-being to help political leaders operate at peak performance levels in service to the greater good. So I moved back to the United States. It was 2013. I've been doing precisely that ever since. So I came back and I started studying very, very meticulously political intelligence, neuroscience, social psychology, authentic leadership, mindfulness, and even elite athletics, thinking, like, what would Kobe do or Stephen Curry do in this situation? And blending the theory and practices together into these micro strategies that could be applied anywhere, at any time, by anyone, especially in those brief moments of pause in the intensities and rigor of political life. I started working with campaign operatives, with elected officials, with civil servants, and even the noble men and women of our Pentagon that are keeping us safe. And we saw significant impacts on stress management, improved decision-making, honed vision, building resiliency, and powerfully connecting across divides. And together, we made meaningful change. A parliamentarian was caught in indecision, and through the power of visualization a la Olympians, she was able to gain clarity and powerfully bring a committee to make a decision on an innovative reform. A civil servant suffered from fierce anxiety, and through simple breathing exercises was able to regain a sense of calm and compellingly speak in public. A mayor felt he had lost his way, and through a series of simple, powerful questions was able to reconnect with that energizing vision that propelled him into public service in the first place. And the best part is, many of these things just take a matter of minutes. So, to kick us off, why don't we do one right now? What do you think? Yeah. So this one is called the Political Leader Mindful Minute. So indulge me. Just get comfortable. Make sure your feet are anchored firmly and evenly on the ground. Maybe roll your shoulders back a bit. If you're anything like me, you might hold tension in your shoulders, loosen your jaw. And put your hands at your side in your lap, whatever feels comfortable and natural to you. And when you're ready, close your eyes and connect with the inhale and exhale of your breath. Breathing in through your nose and out through your nose. And again. If at any moment, at any time, your thoughts wander, congratulate yourself for noticing. Yes, this is what minds do. They're curious. They explore. This time as you breathe in, think of a word or a phrase that uniquely describes you as a political leader. And as you breathe out, your greatest contribution to society. Breathing in again, this word that describes you uniquely as a political leader, and out, your greatest unique contribution to society. And in a moment, I'm going to start a timer for 60 seconds. And all you need to do is count your exhale. For example, breathing in, breathing out, 1. Breathing in, breathing out, 2. And I'll see you in a minute, and begin. Welcome back. So that was 60 seconds. Take note of how many breaths you took. At any point, at any time, no matter where you are or who you are, and you feel yourself revving up or wanting to disengage, count your breaths that number of times, or set a minute on your smartphone and reset. What happens in political life is that a stress hormone called cortisol floods our brains and bodies, impeding our decision-making, our judgment, our ability to communicate and connect. It's like we're being charged by a giant wildebeest, except we probably aren't. What this simple breath exercise does is it calms our nervous system, getting us out of a state called fight or flight and back into a place of calmness and control. And that's all it takes, 1 minute. So here's my challenge for you. This is a 3-day conference. Each day, and today's already taken care of, take 1 political leader mindful minute. You can accept or reject or counteroffer, that's the deal. Who accepts? Yeah, so give the person next to you a high five and say like boom or something like that. Yes, awesome. Little vacations left and right. And that's how it begins. Listen, y'all, I know that the stakes are really high right now. That's why we're here today. That's why we show up day after day after day, time and again, no matter what. Our unique source of power is our ability to shape America and our democracy. Do not abandon that or relinquish it and give it away. So thank you so much for who you are and that all you do. My name is Frieda Edgette. I genuinely appreciate